1936, Berlin hosted the Summer Olympics, an event that intended to showcase Nazi Germany's ideology of Aryan supremacy. Among the U.S. delegation was 18 black athletes, determined to defy the odds and prove their excellence on the world stage. But their journey to Berlin wasn't about competing. It was about breaking barriers, both abroad and at home. At the time, America itself was far from the land of equality. Under Jim Crow laws, black athletes faced constant discrimination. Many had to train in inferior facilities and were excluded from certain competitions and often had their achievements ignored. 2 years earlier, in 1932, Tidy Pickett and Louise Stokes became the first black women to qualify for the U.S. Olympic team. But when the games began in Los Angeles, they were benched in favor of their white teammates, never allowed to compete. Their exclusion was a stark reminder that even representing their country, black athletes were not seen as equals. It wasn't about talent, it was about race. By 1936, the racial barriers began to crack. Black athletes like Jesse Owens and Ralph Metcalfe couldn't be ignored. They were simply too dominant in their events. But their presence on the U.S. team sparked controversy. Many white Americans were uncomfortable with black athletes representing their country, and debates arose whether they should be even allowed to compete in Berlin. Mac Robinson, the older brother of Jackie Robinson, claimed the silver in the 200 meters, finishing just behind Owens. Archie Williams won gold in the 400 meters, overcoming segregation to shine on the world stage. High jumper Cornelius Johnson, who set an Olympic record, and James LaValle, who earned a bronze medal in the 400 meter, further demonstrated the extraordinary talent of these athletes. Tidy Pickett and Louise Stokes made history as the first black women to compete in the Olympics. After being benched in 1932, they finally got their chance in Berlin, breaking barriers for black female athletes. These athletes didn't just compete, they excelled, winning a combined 14 medals, disproving the Nazi myth of Aryan supremacy. Their victories resonated far beyond the track, challenging racism in both Germany and the United States. Despite their success, they returned to a segregated America, where their achievements were often overlooked. Jesse Owens, for example, was never invited to the White House, and many struggled to find opportunities after the games. The 18 black athletes of the 1936 Olympics were trailblazers, proving that talent and determination could break through the barriers of racism. Their legacy lives on, reminding us of the power of courage in the face of injustice.